Welcome to the first LEGO League online training for referees. This module will take you through the steps needed to prepare to be a referee at a first LEGO League event. All volunteers are like gold, but the referee's role is extra critical, and we thank you very much for stepping up. The referee is a highly visible role. It needs preparation. It needs constant focus for long hours and can sometimes take some heat. At the same time, you are positioned to really enjoy the children's tournament. Our goal at each first LEGO League event is for the children to have fun, showcasing their unique ideas and hard work. We want the tournament to be a positive experience that celebrates and reinforces all they enjoyed and learned about technology and teamwork, and we want them to go out and spread this program. You, as a first LEGO League referee, will help us achieve this goal, mostly through accurate application of the rules, but once in a while by knowing that the correct thing to do is not always the best thing to do. A robot match is not always easy for the children. They have worked very hard for many weeks, and all that effort is now concentrated into what they and their robot can do in 2.5 minutes. Sometimes they will laugh. Sometimes they will cry. Often they will be frustrated. But there is nothing that beats seeing their elation when things work out just right. Your job is to make the right decision in all of these situations. The guiding principle you should have is that as many people as possible should leave in a good mood after you have conducted things as fairly as possible. So the good mood part is primary, and the fairly as possible part is supporting. The tough part of your role will be to find that magic balance. We do have a wonderful rule to help you, though, called the benefit of the doubt rule. Doubt can be a misunderstanding, or something you missed, or something you didn't do your homework on. It could just be an amazing situation no one could have anticipated. And it might be a situation that is just too close to call. Whatever the reason, it's your fallback for when you want to make people happy, but you're having trouble justifying it. It is an actual rule, and you are the world's foremost authority on your own state of mind. So remember this crutch if you need it. Don't abuse it, and you'll be all set. You are responsible for one team at a time on your side of an 8-foot square table. Another referee will oversee a team on the other side. Before the event day, you should take some time to study the field setup, challenge, and robot game portions of the challenge guide and the challenge updates. Knowing these documents in detail will enable you to apply them the same way that teams do, the same way as other referees do, and the same way from match to match. Knowing them well will also allow you to operate with confidence so you yourself can enjoy the children and your experience and come back year after year as an experienced pro. You will need to know how to set up the field. There are instructions on what the field should look like, what model to put where, and how they operate. You need to know these instructions, but they are a pretty quick read. They are especially easy to learn if you go over them while you have a field in front of you. If you don't have a field in front of you, visit the first LEGO League website. We post a picture there for reference. Many events have field setup volunteers other than referees, but you at least need to know how to inspect and correct the fields. You will also need to know the missions for the season. These are activities that take place on the field that the robot will do for points. This is what consumes the 2.5 minutes for each match and is what the kids are building and designing for. The missions describe specific results required to earn points and may put constraints on how those results can be achieved. They are carefully worded to allow multiple solutions and to allow what is not specifically restricted. There are usually 10 to 15 missions, and they will be easy to understand when you're looking at a game field. The field setup and missions change every single year based on the challenge. As a referee, you'll need to learn them each year. You will also need to learn the rules. The rules contain general definitions, requirements, constraints, procedures, and consequences. They provide a framework for the robot game and the missions for shared understanding, emphasizing fairness while maintaining the integrity of autonomous robotics. There are many more rules than missions, and they affect each other, so take extra time with them. The rules don't change much from year to year, but you must reread them every year, even if you are a veteran, just to refresh your memory and to see if any changes have been made. It's vitally important to read the robot game portion of the challenge updates. The challenge updates are a critical list of clarifications and official decisions that supplement and sometimes override other parts of the challenge and challenge guide. This list grows as the season progresses and is posted online. study the updates last. Once you've mastered the other main documents, the updates can be understood and remembered easily. Download and read the updates during the week before your tournament and check them one last time on that Friday after 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Reading is critical, but no amount of reading can substitute for practice. Please be sure to read the referee guide, which is a much more detailed version of what you are getting in these slides, and take the referee quiz. The quiz has two functions. The primary one is to give you confidence in making the decisions of the type referees are faced with. The second function is to test your knowledge and application of specific information from the current season. There is no answer key for the quiz other than the challenge text, which is the same information the teams see. At a tournament, the answers are what you say they are. Make that because you're an expert, not just because you're a referee. First LEGO League refereeing is a skill. And with all skills, there is no substitute for practice in the pursuit of confidence, much less excellence. So for the best preparation possible, learn by doing. Run through some matches mentally. Make every effort to go through the main documents with another referee or imaginative person while looking at a field and challenge each other on situational examples you make up. Often the scenarios you invent will not occur, but you are training yourself to make rule-based decisions fluently. If you can, try to arrange and referee a mini practice tournament before your first real one. If you can get children together for this, that's best. But if not, get some adults. Or watch teams practicing before their tournament matches. When you practice, be sure to run 2.5-minute rounds with 1-minute setups. The pace is fast, and you'll want to be ready for it. You want to see just how long it really takes to set the field up and how quickly the action moves. Familiarize yourself with the referee score sheet. You mark down what you see on the field and come to agreement with the children on whether or not they scored on missions and why. When you are done and the children agree, they sign off on the score sheet, and that becomes the official record of what happened. If the children don't agree or have a different interpretation of the rules, listen to them and look at the text of the rules and missions. Call in the head referee if you don't get agreement. In general, the first match of your first event is always the hardest, but the more practice you have, the better off you'll be, and once you referee a couple of matches, it gets easier. Don't forget to have fun. Some of our better referees will go down on a knee to get down at the same level as the children and make jokes with them to put them at ease. This way, the children come to see referees as someone else having fun. Remember, you are never alone in all of this. At every event, there will always be a whole team of referees and a head referee you can consult with. Questions? Contact the head referee in your region or talk with other First LEGO League referees in the First forums. Still have questions? Email FLLRobotGame@firstinspires.org. Thank you once again for volunteering your time. We know we couldn't offer children around the world great tournament experiences without people like you.